Well, as you know, Scotiabank is a generous and important platinum partner for the Courage to Come Back Awards. And tonight, to introduce our 5th award recipient, we are very pleased to welcome the Vice President of Multicultural Banking, Winnie Leong.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Kevin. Scotiabank is a proud sponsor of the Courage to Come Back Awards and has been since its inception in 1999. We are honored to be a part of the 14th Annual Awards and witness the support for mental health regionally and in our province. We truly believe the inspiring stories of the award recipients have a tremendous impact on our community. Not only do the nominees and recipients encourage others to face the challenges in their lives and make positive changes, but as we've seen tonight, their actions have a domino effect for positive change in the community. To me, the domino effect illustrates the power of human potential and what we're all capable of. We can't think of a better way to applaud the men, women, and youth who have courageously recovered from illness, adversity, or injury than by supporting Coast Mental Health and recognizing the outstanding achievements of the recipients here tonight, as well as all the other nominees. It now gives me great pleasure to announce the 2012 recipient for the Youth Award. The Youth Award recognizes the special strength of a young person under 21 years of age who has overcome illness, injury, social and economic adversity, and who confidently and with a positive and determined manner has gone on to inspire other young people.
She was born in poverty, spirit-crushing, ugly, real poverty. Even as a child, she was wise beyond her years. She took on the responsibilities of an adult, even though she had barely begun school. She did the laundry, cleaned the house. Violence solved their problems. Toward others, toward each other. It made her angry, more angry than most of us can imagine. So she lashed out at her family, at the world. Various agencies intervened. There was counseling, attempts at resolution conflict, but sometimes broken is just broken. The depth of pain she felt is unimaginable. She began using drugs. She was 9 years old. Her name is Rebeckahill. When you have nothing to lose. And most of us can't imagine overwhelming poverty, can't imagine not having food to eat or a bed to lie down on, can't imagine the complete sense of powerlessness that smothers your every waking moment like a sodden, wet blanket, weighing you down, dragging you down. That was Rebecca's life. Drugs helped, and by 15, she was addicted to methamphetamines. And addiction must always be fed. So she turned to crime, and before long was in an accident with a stolen vehicle, arrested for possession of a firearm. Her life was a never-ending cycle of drugs and conflict, anger and judgment, foster care, and then back to a home life of chaos. She sought and received residential treatment for drug abuse, but it was difficult to get well because drugs were a part of her life at home. She was reflecting her role models too perfectly. You know that this story seldom ends well. The odds are overwhelming. But here's a secret. If asked, don't ever bet against Rebeckahill. Because there is a spirit and determination in this incredible girl that no amount of pain and poverty can extinguish. A spirit that finally began to burn in the simplest of ways. Rebecca learned she was pregnant. Rebecca stopped using drugs. For periods of her pregnancy, she was homeless. But in spite of this, she remained healthy and committed to giving her baby the best life possible. She took prenatal and parenting classes. She sought out the support she would need to raise her baby. She took anger management classes, seeking to end the cycle that she had experienced as a child. By the time Savannah was born in 2010, she had a house, and she and Zach, the baby's father, were creating a home. Because of her past, she knew she was at risk of losing the baby to foster care. But to this day, Savannah has never spent one night away from Rebecca. And you only have to take one look at Savannah to know she is well loved. And it is here where this story gets truly amazing. In the midst of all the challenges in her life, new home, new baby, Rebecca decided she wanted to give back, to reach out to others. So she applied to work at the Boys and Girls Clubs of Kelowna. She felt it might not work. Her history and circumstances were daunting, but Rebecca felt she had something to contribute to those experiencing the pain she once knew. And the Boys and Girls Club agreed. Rebecca joined their staff as a counselor, barely older than those she was leading. And it is here that the miracle that is Rebecca truly began to show. Not only is she a leader with extraordinary empathy, but she has a wisdom and common sense way beyond her years. She relates as few can. Their pain is the pain she once knew. Their challenges, her challenges. She speaks to them with the voice of experience, and it is often the only voice they will listen to. She has often had to reconcile with someone who she harmed in her early years, but she does so openly and honestly, acknowledging her past and committing to a better future. And every day, she comes home to Savannah and her excited hug and warm embrace. And she is once again reminded that her new life began with a simple step, her decision to make a new life with her child. And this step led from the pathway of impossible to the highway of possible, a highway that knows no limits, just like Rebecca, who has shown that no matter what challenges life throws at her, she has the courage to come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in congratulating the 2012 Courage to Come Back Award recipient in the youth category, Rebeckahill.
Good evening. I'm not very used to this, so might not be the greatest, but I'd like to say first off thanks to the Courage Awards for picking me to win this award, and congratulations to the other recipients. And say thanks to my mom, because if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have been able to get through my pregnancy and everything. And thanks to my fiance, because if it wasn't for him going to jail and deciding to get clean, I wouldn't have gotten clean. And I want to say thanks to my dad and my brother for being here for me, and my brother for helping me out through a lot of stuff, my dad for helping me out with a lot of stuff too. Say thanks to my daughter, even though she's not here, but she really is my guardian angel, and if it wasn't for her, I'd probably still be using and abusing, so. And yeah, I hope you guys are having fun and all that stuff. Have a good evening, and